applause rolling for your host and MC tonight, the very first comic of the evening. Show your love for Zach. Roll. San Francisco Punchline, how we doing? Make some noise. Oh yeah, beautiful crowd, guys. Very excited. Before we get into it, just want to say we got the best staff and bartenders of any comedy club here. Please take care of them. They're going to take care of you. You guys ready for some great comedy? Question for all of you. Anybody in the house ever had random roommates? Yeah? How'd it go? So-so? That's the best it can go. That's the benchmark. That's what we shoot for. Guys, I'm on top of the world. I moved out of a random roommate situation 2 months ago. Thank you. She gets it. I lived with 2 people, one of whom was a full-on coke addict. And I do cocaine 3 times a week, hard minimum. I knew he had a problem. I don't have a problem. He had a problem. Because I do coke with other people. I go out and I drink. He liked to do cocaine by himself and impatiently watch reruns of The Office. It's not even enjoyable. I get home on a Tuesday, he's like, Jim and Pam aren't together yet. Like, yeah, Mike, Jim's not a coke addict. He knows that office relationships take time. They're very precarious. Can't just do lines in the handicap stall and hit on the secretary. It doesn't work that way. I get texts from him at like 1 a.m. on a Friday when I'm doing the healthy thing and doing coke with other people. He texts me, he's like, hey, I got a surprise for you. It's not a surprise anymore, Mike. You got coked out and rearranged all of our furniture again. The love seat does not look good next to the oven. Get it out of the kitchen. Other roommate, arguably worse, was from Italy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the only word she could say in English was, that's crazy. Which was fucking crazy. It drove me crazy. She was very bad around the house. On more than one occasion, she had left the gas stove on overnight after cooking dinner. Very dangerous. I'd wake up, I'm like, Julia, you left the gas stove on again. She's like, what? That's crazy. It's not crazy, you stupid whore. We're gonna burn to death. We're gonna die. This isn't Italy. Our house is not built of fettuccine alfredo. If it erupts in flames, we're not gonna turn into a delicious entree. We're gonna perish. But it's good that I moved up to the city. Been drinking a lot. Any big drinkers in the house? Make some noise. Every single one of you, 2 drink minimum, am I right? But no, these hangovers are killing me. Last Saturday, I was woken up hungover at 9 a.m. to the sound of my neighbor knocking on my door. She doesn't drink, I do. I answer the door. She's like, hey, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a bother, but I'm moving. Do you think you could help me move my safe? I'm like, no, I do not think I can help you move your safe. In fact, I know I cannot help you move your safe because I'm very hungover right now. Last weekend, I was sober all weekend. You were out of town. I tried to move the safe out of your house for 6 hours. It would not budge. Classic burglary joke, guys. Big thief right here. Big thief. Lock your cars. Steal jewelry. Anything I can get my hands on. But no, I'm single. I do drink a lot. I go to the bars, try to meet some women. Last weekend, I thought it was going well until this woman I was hitting on stopped me. She's like, what's your name? I'm like, that shouldn't be an issue. My name is Zach. She's like, oh. I'm like, is that an issue? She's like, yeah, it is an issue, Zach. Because I know one Zach, and he used to hit me. And he played baseball. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's not really fair to judge all Zachs because of one bad apple. I can guarantee you that not all Zachs play baseball. That's a fact. I know the issue there. I turned the tables on her though. I'm like, well, what's your name? She's like, Karen. I'm like, ah. She's like, is that an issue? I'm like, yeah, it is an issue, Karen. Because I know one Karen. That means you're also going to cheat on my uncle. And Karen's a real bitch, guys. That's the takeaway here. Aunt Karen's a shitty person. Main reason I'm excited to be at the Punchline, talk about Aunt Karen in front of a very large audience. Every Karen you meet, you're like, did you cheat on Uncle Mike? I think you have the wrong Karen. Guys, I was studying for the LSAT recently. You guys know what the LSAT is? The law school admissions test. Very frustrating test. They have an entire section that's called the logic section. And it's the most illogical shit you have ever read. The questions go something like this. You have to sit at a circular table. Bob has to sit to the left of Jill. Jill can't sit across from Ben. Ben sits to the right of you unless Tim is sitting to the left. Where do you sit? How about at a different fucking table where your friends aren't a bunch of passive-aggressive pieces of shit who need an attorney or an aspiring one to tell them where they can sit without their friendship imploding? Is this what attorneys do all day? They just romp around town. Oh, Bob, you sit there. Jill, you're kind of a bitch. You sit away from Zach. Zach, you sit next to Ben, and you can hold on to your friendship for one more lousy day. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what attorneys did. My stepmom's a public defender, and I've never seen her practice law, but I know she's not doing her clients any favors. My entire life, she has made bizarrely lousy spaghetti, and spaghetti is very easy to make. If you cannot figure out how to boil water, you should not be figuring out how to keep people out of jail. We got to update our cops on their dialogue. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, a lazy mother of 5 who cannot boil water will be provided for you. Think I'll pay up or represent myself, thanks. My dad's an attorney, he's not any better. He couldn't even convince my mom to get an abortion. Pretty fucked up stuff, guys. I got Invisalign recently. Don't woo for Invisalign. People wooing like, I wore my retainer. I never had to do that as a 20-year-old who actually wanted to meet people and have them respect him. I have Invisalign, and the worst part is, without a doubt, having a lisp. And the worst part about having a lisp is any instance where you have to say the word lisp. Could they have picked a tougher fucking word for someone with a lisp to say other than lisp? An S followed by a P? Are you fucking kidding me? That'd be like if the only medical term for quadriplegics had to be said in sign language. So what's your medical condition? A woman in a wheelchair once came up to me after a show. She's like, you should stop doing that joke. I'm like, it's really funny. I'm going to keep doing that joke. She's like, you're going to hell. I'm like, you believe in God? He didn't give you any legs, you stupid idiot. I'm walking around here born just like an affluent white guy. God's not real. She's like, one day there'll be a better place for me when I'm gone. I have a pretty bent perspective on things, so that's fair. I had a weird childhood, guys. I was always hated by my school's faculty. It was ever since my mom accidentally killed this kid in my class who had peanut allergies. Yeah, you shouldn't laugh. It turned into a whole big deal. She had to pay like $3,000 to get the front bumper on her car repaired. Wasn't peanut related at all, guys. If there was a heaven, he could eat peanuts there, but we already cleared that up with the wheelchair lady. No heaven at all. You guys know the organization Mothers Against Drunk Drivers? Anybody familiar? A lot of people drinking. One person's familiar here. Uncomfortably familiar with Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. I've always liked that group because when I was a kid, I really wanted my mom to join Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. Had my mom joined that organization, she may have had a lot less time to spend with her favorite group, Jewish mothers against their children's self-esteem. It's a very real group, guys. It's been going on for like 5,000 years. I'm probably alone on this, but anyone in the house very sick and tired of baby on board signs? Anybody? One? Woo! Here we go. Why are you sick of it, sir? Because you don't have a baby? All right. Anything you're excluded from, you're like, fuck this. I don't know karate, I hate Jackie Chan. Do you hate the disabled? Is that why you laugh so hard in the wheelchair? You're like, I don't have one. No, I don't like these signs because these parents aren't responsible. They're not removing the sign from the car when the baby's not in the car. And it's confusing me, guys. I was walking through a parking lot last week. I saw this parked car baby on board. That's not responsible, leaving your baby in the car. It's 110 degrees in that car. I'm not crazy. I bashed the window and tried to save this baby from dying. Very disappointed to see that there was no baby in the car. No laptops, no jewelry, nothing that I could take and flip for a quick $1. Guys, you are unbelievable. Please make some noise. I'm bringing up your next comic. Save some applause for him when he gets up here, will you? Your next comic is a good friend of mine. He's a local at this club. He does shows all over the Bay Area. Please make it nice and loud for Mean Dave, everyone. Let him hear it.